Hi guys, it's Crystal here for Talk to Me Tuesday. I have some things to show you because I'm still kind of in my do all the things phase, I guess. So I will start with my March B blocks. So for this one, we were asked to make a, what is this called? I think it's called Scrap Jar Stars. It's basically built to use up scraps. So the person that it's for just asked for basically anything. So she basically got whatever was at the top of my scrap piles. Yeah, I've used a lot of these fabrics in finishing up the stuff that's behind me. So they were right on top of everything, and that's exactly what came out. So, speaking of what's up behind me, this was my January All People Quilt project, which is the trinket stitch along from 2019. You can see what I've got pieced together. So just 6 rows of it. I think I'm doing either 15 or 16 rows, so there's still quite a bit more to go, but I'm kind of liking it as it's coming together. It's funny the things that start to stand out to you more though now that it's like pieced out and spread instead of being like all pinned together really tight and close. I can see where I kind of, oops, I got this at a bad angle. I can kind of see where some of the flaws in the flow of the color is, but to be honest, I'm not picking any of it apart. I would have to make a pretty major mistake, like flip my purples and blues or something, in order to talk myself into taking it apart and changing anything around. Wherever it lands is basically where it's going to land at this point. So yeah, there's that. I'm still obviously working on it. I'm hoping to get the rest of the top piece this month. I don't think I'll get it quilted this month. I know I won't get it quilted this month. Let me restate that. I'm kind of, I don't know. I've been debating sending it away to get quilted, but I just don't have the money to do it right now anyway. So if I get the top finished, it's going to get packed away for a bit. I mean, I can see doing it myself if I do something simple, but I also know that I would have the tendency to go a little bit over the top with something like this. So I don't know. I guess I'll have to think about it some more. But anyway, another finish from me. I haven't even posted this on Instagram yet. So this is the second cushion that I am doing for my sister. I haven't put the cushion in it yet, but because I wanted to take some pictures and I thought maybe it would be easier to photograph flat. Um, but I'm also very happy with the bear. The person that this is for is a big fan of purple, so there's not very much purple in the bear, but that's sort of what I put the most of in terms of the colors. The kind of funny thing is that I think the blues actually pop out the most, even though I put in about twice as many purple triangles as any other color that's in it. Anyway, this is the back. The person that it's for is very into bears as well, so I thought this bear fabric would be a cute choice for her. My sister, who stitched this, is still working on the third one, which is a wolf, but it's about, I would guess, about 3/4 done, so that will probably be an April project. The only thing I have left is my March project. I feel like my brain still thinks it's February. Hopefully I've put the right month into any time that I've said it. But anyway, so my All People Quilt project for March was something that I always just call pink and black bear claw, and it's basically an alternate bear paw block that was created by Anne of Playcrafts. Um, that was her blog, was called Playcrafts. I think her Instagram is also Playcrafts, maybe, but I might be wrong. Anyway, she in, I'm gonna say 2017. So I lost a pair of scissors on the floor. I think in 2017 she was doing a challenge to create modern or updated versions of traditional quilt blocks. And so she did a whole bunch of variations on a bear paw block and then created one of them for the challenge that she was doing. And I had sent her an email at the time asking her if I could turn one of the other ones into a quilt top. I only made one block and it's 24 inches wide, which isn't big enough to do anything with. So I went and found more of the black and white polka dot print that I had used and more of the pink that I used in the center of the block, because I had started with only a single square of it, and I thought I bought enough, and then so I sat down this month to, this was the original block right here. I can't get far enough away to show it to you, so if you just ignore these bits on either side, it's the 8 bear paws and the pink in the middle. That was kind of the original block that she came out with. So I thought I bought enough of the black to do of this, to do 3 more blocks and make it a 60-inch square quilt top, but I did not. So I had to sub in a whole bunch more black and white dot prints. So I have this one here and this one here, and then I went and bought this really big one to I don't know, I felt like the density change was too great, so I went from being this tight black and white density to being this really loose one that's in here, and I felt like it stood out too much, so I found some of this in my stash and then bought this one here and this one here to try to give a little bit of all the things. So I'm going to try to show you as much as I can, but I don't have a lot of space to back up from the camera. Oh yeah, I can't totally, I mean, you can see most of it, most of one half of it. So this is kind of what it looks like. So there's just the 4 blocks. Let's fold this up and lift up some more of it. So this is my March project. I really just, as I said in my last video, I kind of want to move my projects forward. So going from 1 block to having a finished quilt top is definitely moving forward. I would really like to get this one quilted. I have a feeling it might be a gift for a coworker who I just discovered today is a big fan of polka dots. So I don't know, you know, why not? But we'll see. I wouldn't say I would typically give a quilt to a coworker, but she is a good friend, so I would give a quilt to a friend. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Everybody, I feel like my sister's a big fan of polka dots. I'm a big fan of polka dots. My closest friend is a big fan of polka dots. So it's the question of deciding who of the polka dot lovers gets to have the polka dot quilt. But probably won't be my sister because she doesn't like pink, and there are 4 of these big pink squares in it. I'd like to get it quilted sooner than later, but my next project needs to be a mini quilt for my dad. I think I kind of loosely mentioned that I was going to do something for him, but I never said what. So I haven't started any of it, but it's actually a paper piece Dodge Challenger, 1969 Dodge Challenger. If you were to Google paper piece version of that, you would find the one that I bought. I don't think there's all that many car patterns out there in the world, but there is that one, and he will love it. So I bought a whole bunch of different reds and grays and whites, a white, to start putting that together. So that's going to be my next project, maybe once I get this top finished, but I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to have the cars done by the end of March, and it's mid-month, so that really is all from me. I should go get this edited because I'll probably have to cut out 1001 anyways, and yeah, maybe I could do some sewing if I stopped beeping. Bye guys, hope everybody's doing well.